So a few things I wanted to go over today. Number one is choosing plants. Okay, you should choose time. Whether or not you have time to water. Once or twice a week, or if you're kind of neglectful, then you should kind of steer more towards succulents and cacti. Also, your light requirements. I'm connected on both sides, so I only have front windows and back windows, but I do have skylight, which I'll show you later, and that gets a lot of light. So, if you don't have that many windows or, room in front of your windows, then you should really has a little thing in there saying what the requirements are. So if you want to be more successful, obviously you should go for gearing towards what you have in your house. One thing is repotting plants. When it's coming out the bottom, okay? If this is the case, it's time to repot. And you really shouldn't go up, like you shouldn't put this in a big, okay? So what you need to do is go up 1 or 2 sizes. And what I'm going to suggest to you is don't use standard pots. Okay, what I do is I find other vessels to put things in. I have some antiques like this. Okay, so what I would do is put pebbles in the bottom because you need drainage. If you're going to use a container without drainage, you need pebbles. If there's too much water in there, it's draining to the bottom. So you need the root system up above the pebbles. Maybe you never want roots sitting in water, okay, because it's going to kill the plant. As much as too dry is going to kill a plant, too wet is going to kill a plant. Okay, they get root rot. Something like this, a shallow pot, what I would do is put succulents in here. So I would put okay, so see the height difference there? That's what you want. And you always want the top of the soil to be level with the top of the container. So if you put it in there, you can make a nice little, Another one I highly recommend is stickers not on here anymore, but they're actually fairly cheap at Home Depot. If you really, they tell you you're supposed to soak it in water. So I need to use a spray bottle. Otherwise it dies and looks horrible. So I just kind of do that once a week, and then I give it a little, little shot of water once a week. But I'll do the spraying like twice a week with that. People ask, how do they know if the plant is getting too much water or not enough water? Generally, not in all instances, but if you see yellow leaves, that generally means you're overwatering. Brown leaves, like this, means you're underwatering. So at some point in time, I overwatered, and at some point in time, I underwatered. This is another thing. This is actually an outdoor plant, but it's the same thing. See how it kind of is like floppy and wilted? It's underwatered. So this needs a nice shot of water, and it'll perk right back up. This is a Christmas cactus. Okay, these are the most prolific succulents that you're ever going to come across. It's probably more of a cactus than it is a succulent, although they're close. The stem, you just kind of twist it off. Okay, you get another pot and you just stick it in there and it grows. An example of one big container. Okay, again, I got this at work at Christmas time, and there are all different plants in here. Those have the same light requirements and the same watering requirements. If you put dry plants, plants that need dry soil, and you put in ivy, well, one's going to die. Apps for your iPhone, well, for your phone in general, it'll identify your plant. Good ones that I came across. Okay, Plant Snap and Plant This AI. Plant This AI also identifies plant diseases. So what you do is you take a picture of it, and then it's not 100% perfect when it comes to, you have to like position the picture properly or whatever. Of plant books, you don't need them anymore. I used to get mine from the Brooklyn Botanic Gardens, and they were a lot of money. And Amazon sells them like 10 or 12 or 15 at a time. On, you can get them really, really cheap. What they do with the air plants is soak them once a week and let them dry out, mist them every once in a while, but you're supposed to give them a good soaking once a week. Those plants are mostly from the tropics, so you're trying to its environment, so you want it to be moist, good soaking, and then you just mist it once in a while. That's why you give them a good soaking for like an hour or two, and in water, completely submerged, the moss around it. This way, it's getting that moisture.